why are you pushing and pulling?
We're trying to teach your lesson.
Yeah.
My lesson on push and pull?
Yeah.
No, that's about immigration. It's not about fighting with each other. Now go on up to bed.
Dad, your lessons are stupid.
Thanks. So the real push and pull is definitely about immigration, and that's what we're looking at today. You can see the illustration that's here that shows people coming to the United States. They're crossing through an ocean of intolerance and oppression to come to America, the promised land, and a version of Uncle Sam is up here to welcome them to the United States. The reason why we're studying immigration now in this time period with industrialization is because it increased so dramatically at the same time as industrialization. All of the jobs that industrialization created led to this dramatic increase. And you can see in about 1895 in particular, immigration goes through the roof, all the way up through about 1910, 1915, where it slows down because of World War I. Altogether, between 1866 and 1915 in the second wave of immigration, more than 25 million people immigrated to the United States, which means that 1 out of every 4 people living in the United States had immigrated to America. And that is where we get the name that America is a nation of immigrants. In fact, less than half of 1% can be considered Native Americans. The other 99.55 something or other are truly people who have immigrated to the United States or their family has. So all Americans, relatively speaking, are related to immigrants who are immigrants themselves. The reasons for increased immigration can be broken down into push versus pull. I'm going to show each one, walk it through, and then I'm going to give you 3 seconds to decide if it's a push or pull. First one is hope for better opportunities, because America was believed to have all these opportunities, from jobs to better living. Is it a push or is it a pull? 3, 2, 1. Good job. Most of you got it right, except that one kid. Number 2, religious freedom. In the United States, it was believed you could worship how you want, when you want, and if you choose to. Is that a push or a pull? 3, 2, 1. Good. Everybody got that one, except you. You got it wrong. Number 3, escape from oppressive or mean governments and political persecution. 3, 2, 1. War or fighting in their own country. Is that a push or a pull? 3, 2, 1. And how about this? Just a sense of adventure. People in Europe had heard about the great buffalo hunts and the building of the Transcontinental Railroad and the Homestead Act and the cowboys, and all those stories came to Europe, and people came just for this sense of adventure. Is adventure a push or a pull? 3, 2, 1. Good, it's a pull. And you can also reword it to make it into a push. And rewording it would say they're bored in their own country, and that would be a push. Letters from family and friends in America saying how awesome America is. Is that a push or a pull? 3, 2, 1. Good, it's a pull. Here's a quick reminder of what a push and a pull are. Pushes are things that push people out of their homeland because things aren't going well. They include poverty, not enough land to farm, lack of opportunity, political and religious persecution, and wars or the threat of war. A pull factor is more along the lines of things that bring people to the United States, and they're generally good things. These are bad things: poverty, shortage of farmland, lack of opportunity, and so on. And these are generally good things: jobs, opportunity, political and religious freedom, letters from family and friends. And here are the immigration patterns in the second wave of immigration, which is the time period that we're studying. In looking at it by the thickness of the arrow, it tells you where the people came from. So take a look at this. Where did we get most of our immigrants from in the second wave? Europe, Africa, South America, or Asia? 3, 2, 1. Good. The answer is Europe. Almost 41 million people immigrated from Europe, whereas Asia, and I'm sorry for my Asian friends out there, but you're a distant second at about 8 million over here. And then you see some of these other countries with even less than that. Certainly in the third wave of immigration, which we'll talk about in class, the numbers from Asia and Central South America increase while Europe decreases. And immigration changes over time. In the first wave of immigration, in the years that you might have studied previously, most of the immigrants were coming from Northern and Western Europe, places like England, France, Spain, and Germany. And then it starts to switch in the time period that we're studying, and they start coming from Eastern and Southern Europe a lot more, most specifically coming from places like Italy, Greece, Poland, Russia, and so on. And the time periods that we're going to be looking at are old immigration, which you could say is up through about 1890. Old immigration is by ships like this that were sail-based, wind-powered, and mostly the rich people could afford to do it, and sadly, this was also when slaves were being brought over. The groups that came in the first waves of immigration, the Irish, obviously from Ireland, the Germans from Germany, the Scandinavians from Sweden, Norway, and Denmark. But our focus is on the new wave of immigration from about 1890 to 1920, where people were coming from Italy, the Russians, the Poles, and the Chinese were coming from China. Let's see if you can figure out the next. The Japanese were coming from? Good. The Mexicans were coming from? Good. And where we'll pick up with our Ellis Island Day is what it was like once they immigrated into America and what the immigration process was like at Ellis Island and passing the Statue of Liberty. So we're going to do one more thing, and that is a song, and the song is by Michael Jackson, and the video is about migration and why people migrate. Please hold. And so basically you get the point about the jobs being the number one answer on there. Oh, there I am. Hello. So this is about it. This gives you a good reminder or overview of what push and pull factors are. And we'll have more on this tomorrow in class on Wednesday. Bye.